So I've said that it's going to get a bit tricky from now on with Jesus and his disciples. Things aren't plain sailing. And this is never more true than when he starts to confront the religious authorities of the day. Mark 7, 5-13. So the Pharisees and teachers of the law asked Jesus, "Why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders, instead of eating their food with unclean hands?" Jesus replied, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you, you hypocrites. As it is written, these people honour me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. You have let go of the commands of God, and you are holding on to human traditions. And Jesus continued, you have a fine way of setting aside the commands of God in order to observe your own traditions. For Moses said, honour your father and mother, and anyone who curses his father or mother is to be put to death. But you say that if anyone declares what might have been used to help their mother or father is devoted to God, then you no longer let them do anything for their father or mother. Thus you nullify the word of God by your tradition that you have handed down. And you do many things like that. Jesus was starting to get really cheesed off with the Pharisees and the teachers of the law. The temperature is beginning to step up, and he starts to confront them directly about the things that they hold fast to, the things they believed, all the rules that they have built up over many, many hundreds of years. In this story, Jesus is pointing out the religious rulers were stopping people from providing for their parents in their old age by claiming, no, the money should belong to God instead. And so they weren't able to provide for their parents, and their parents would struggle, and they would struggle. You see, he points out the prophet Isaiah knew that the tendency of humans was to create a set of elaborate rules which end up trapping people and bringing to death instead of life to them. Humans love religions. They love to create these rules and try and ascend to God, try to reach God by their own efforts, because it's so much easier than trusting God with grace. But Jesus said, no, get rid of all those rules, get rid of all those ridiculous traditions, and look to the heart instead. Jesus had no time for rules and regulations and things set up by humans. He dealt with religious rules very harshly indeed. And I think it's quite amazing that Jesus came to destroy religion, but a bunch of man-made rules which are created in effort to get to God. But in fact, so many people over the course of history have tried to create religions around Jesus. It's bonkers. Thankfully, his message still survives a lot of this idiocy.